Let's move to another conversation now. Take Solutions, very much in focus, currently trading under pressure, and a stable set of Q3 numbers posted this time around as well. But let's get us some more context on this. Joining us on the phone line is HR Srinivasan. He's the Vice Chairman and Managing Director of the company, and here we are ready to discuss much more about the growth outlook and also to decode the earnings gone by. Thank you for joining us for this conversation, Mr. Srinivasan. It was a stable quarter for the company this time around. What do you feel has worked for you, and what can you say in terms of anything you'd like to highlight in terms of, I guess, anything that did not work? I mean, anything you want to talk about in terms of these exceptional things?
No, I think this was a wonderful quarter. So we had a very robust growth of the top line and the bottom line. And this is in a continuing trend that we've seen led by our life sciences business. And we expect this strong growth to continue. So I don't think there was any negative as such in this quarter. We would have obviously liked to sell our supply chain business. Maybe it's going up. We weren't able to do that bit. But otherwise, on the organic growth, it's been a fantastic quarter for us.
So supply chain management, now that remains a moving piece, and I'll ask you a little bit more about that, Mr. Srinivasan. But I see a significant uptick in your other expenses. Why has that happened, sir?
No, so see, when you say that there is a significant uptake in other expenses, it's because there has been an expansion. So we've had capacity expansion taking place in several offices of ours in Colombia, in Frankfurt, in Bangalore, in Chennai. So these expenses are normal in line with any expansion that goes on. The good thing is that it will get translated into revenue as we move in the forthcoming quarters. It's a planned expense, so there's nothing unusual about it.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the margins in the supply chain business?
Well, the supply chain business has margins of about 8 to 9% on the EBITDA, and it's been kind of flattish. It accounts for about 12% of our total revenue. So as such, 88% comes from the life sciences sector, which is showing pretty good growth traction and EBITDA margin. So overall, I think directionally we are moving, being a full-service life sciences company. And I guess over the next few months or a year, we should achieve that aim.
Right. So a full-fledged life sciences company is what Take Solutions is working towards. So supply chain management, as far as the business is concerned, that's something that has remained sluggish, and the future is, if you can paint us that picture, what it's going to look like as far as supply chain management is concerned.
We are out there negotiating with people to buy that part of the business, and we are having some meaningful conversations. But having said that, we've not moved to a closure so far. So I guess till that time it will be a small portion of our business, but ideally it should find a good home elsewhere where that becomes the main business for the other organization.
Have you set timelines for this and the kind of monies that are likely to accrue from this kind of sale, sir?
No, I don't think we'll legislate on the kind of monies that are to accrue. And on the timelines, I think we are already over the timeline. So we've been trying very hard. So I must admit that we've not pushed it past the transaction line. But hopefully we should have something very soon.
Okay, also a little bit more from you when it comes to other income. What's been happening there?
No, there's no significant other income which is there. Other income would be dividend from the subsidiary companies, which is basically internal plus some interest income. So there's nothing significant as far as other income goes. It's not a line item that's very different from year on year.
All right, Mr. Srinivasan, we leave it there. Thank you indeed for joining us with your take on the third quarter and for the consolidation of your life sciences business. Like you said, as far as supply chain management is concerned, you're looking at a sale, and as and when that happens, we will be connecting with you to get more details about this. But good luck on the entire process going ahead from here. We'll take a small break.